Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan video. In this video I want to talk a little bit about just a couple of housekeeping rules that I have with Dokkan, or things that I follow, or just how I do a couple things. So firstly, I want to talk about organizing your box. I actually have a video in detail on how to use the tag system, and yeah, I'm going to leave a link to that in the top right hand corner. It's just a very simple system that does help you keep things organized. Now, I reorganize my box probably once every 2 or 3 months. Usually I'll keep obviously using the tags on the fly, but sometimes you make a mistake. For example, you miss out a free-to-play unit, you miss out a unit that's at rainbow level. However you want to use your tag systems is obviously up to you, but for me, generally speaking, I'll update my boxes probably, I'd say every 2 or 3 months, especially after big celebrations, even like where you've been getting free summons or you've got ticket summons or things like that. Generally speaking, I will update or reorganize my box at that time. Now, the reason that I have some of my tags, so for example, the free-to-play tag, obviously I do a lot of free-to-play centric content. I complete missions with player-friendly teams, player-friendly guides, player-friendly kind of everything. And to do so, you kind of need free-to-play units. Free-to-play units are, to a certain extent, quite crucial to filling out teams that maybe newer players don't have summonable characters for, or maybe players have just never really invested in. And so free-to-play does help with that. The next tag is obviously Rainbow, 100%. From a content creation point of view, rainbow units are very important, both for reviews and obviously just, creating teams. The reason I like to keep my rainbow unit separate is because a unit generally goes through, 2 stages of power. So you'll have units that are either max link level, which is a very big boost in power for a lot of units, or they are rainbow, which generally means that these units are, like fully rainbowed. They still have like a way to go. They can still be max link leveled, but generally speaking, they're strong because you have dupes in them. And so I like to keep them separate. It allows me to keep a very nice handy list, firstly, of every unit I've maxed out, which is good. But secondly, it's also just useful to be able to see, especially when you have tickets or stones or things that allow you to pick characters. You can go quickly scan which units you already have rainbow. I'll also include in the 100% list units I have full dupes in but haven't put hidden potential in, whether that's because they, for example, haven't had their EZA yet and maybe I'm waiting for their EZA. If I have all 4 piles open, I'll still put them under the 100% list because they in theory are still at a rainbow level. I just haven't put the orbs in because they haven't finished their potential growth path. So yeah, you definitely, I think keeping your rainbow units is a very good kind of separate facility to use, and it's definitely something that I do. And it's also very important for selecting which units to link level, which is something I'll touch on my process with a little bit later on. So that's the rainbow tag. It's very, very important, and facilitating the rainbow tag is also the free-to-play tag. You'll notice a lot of my free-to-play units are rainbowed for obvious reasons, again, how to help with teams, but about 200 of my 380 rainbow units are all free-to-play, so they do present a sizable chunk of those units. Now, the focus tab is entirely for units that I have yet to either awaken, rainbow, haven't really leveled. It's basically the everything else kind of tab. Generally, even if a unit is, because I don't consider link leveling a compulsory thing, generally if a unit is rainbow and fully awakened, then they will leave this tab. If they are rainbowed or have all 4 piles open but they're not Dokkan awakened, they'll still stay here because I still have work to do on them. I still have to awaken them, I still have to put an effort. Maybe they at SA 10 out of 15, they're in EZA, etc. This is kind of the tab for you still need to work on these units. There's still work to be done outside of link leveling. which is, I think, a very important tab to have. It helps to keep things organized, to keep units in, kind of a state where you can see who to work on next. It's often I'll come here and I'm looking for inspiration on what to do for the day. Maybe I'm, haven't, I don't know what to do content-wise in terms of the game. It's a bit of a dull period. Oh, well, I actually should go and awaken this guy. He needs 77 medals, and you go awaken these two units. They both use 35, or they use medals from the story events, etc. So it is one of the ways whereby I kind of scan for things, and it's a great way to just keep things separate and in an organized pathway. So outside of that, generally speaking, those are like my 3 primary tabs. If a unit's not tagged, it's because I'm usually working on them or about to do a video with them, or I haven't classified them as of yet. Then we have the LR tab. Obviously just great to have a snapshot of every LR I have. It's great for just telling people how many LRs I have, and also seeing which LRs I have, especially when you're going for like ticket summons and things like that, trying to see what I want, etc. In general, just pretty good stuff. I then have a miscellaneous tab. This is usually where I'll just stick, I'll either do lists, like sometimes I just choose my favorite characters or things of such nature, and generally speaking just create like a separate section to kind of keep things going. Then I have the leaders tab, which is originally it was for when we had 200% leads, but now it's just kind of like become a bit of a mess. This is probably one I will be changing in future to being something different that's a bit more effective and useful for me to look at, because the leaders tab doesn't really help me out too much yet. I need to restructure it a little bit, but yeah, I just need to basically work through it. Now, in terms of choosing who to link level and when, there's a very simple system that basically I work through. So firstly, at any given time, I will generally be link leveling 3 different types of units. I will be link leveling units that I feel are super duper helpful for content and their teams. So in this situation, it would be Gamma 1, Gamma 2, and Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I will link level units that I have at a rainbow level, so that I can produce a maxed out video on them. For example, Piccolo, Tech God Goku, the Strength God Vegeta, the Tech Super Saiyan Vegeta that's there. Generally speaking, I'm always behind the ball, but I like to do the maxed out videos, and so maxing their links is a very important process for me. So you'll definitely usually see that happen. It's quite important. So for example, Piccolo, I just use an orb there to kind of show the point, but once he's done, he gets moved to the max out tab, and then I will elect a unit, generally speaking, out of those concepts. So if I'm looking for units, I'm mainly looking at what is my current celebration. So for example, if we have the Super Trunks celebration, do I have any relevant units that are in that celebration that I want or are going to EZA? Do I have any units adjacent to those potential teams that I want to finish link leveling? If Trunks leads, for example, Master Devolution or whatever, are there any Master Evolution characters that I want to 100% that I can then showcase alongside him or in his team to kind of like, give him a good foundation to work off of? These are kind of the important things that go through my mind. Secondly are the units useful in content? Am I working towards a challenge? For example, the signature pose, special pose challenge I was working on, that's why Gamma 1 and 2 are being link leveled. SS4 Goku is being link leveled because he's obviously super helpful with hard content, so having him at a max link level on his team is quite a significant power boost. And yeah, generally speaking, I prioritize having 3 kind of sets of units. Now, if you're someone who's not doing content, which most of you hopefully are not in this hellish existence, you should base it entirely on basically link leveling usability. So things like Big Bad Bosses, things like Saiyan Raw, how useful are those links on their team? And then are you going to use that team in current content? So like the Future Saga unit, you'll see IMAX link level them. Obvious reasons, because they're very strong, their team is super strong right now, and that's kind of the premise. But yeah, that's just a couple of thoughts from me. Honestly speaking, I like to keep my box neat. It's very important to keep everything kind of neat and tidy. It allows me to not only organize my teams and my units and my content, but just in general it is also great because it allows me to prioritize which units to link level, which units do I need to potentially aim for dupes of or copies of, which units have I not awakened, and these type of things are useful because it helps to keep me busy, it helps to keep me in a steady flow of just creating usable units, and yeah, just helps me to build teams and create functional kind of teams that can be used for a variety of content. So yeah, that's basically it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, obviously I appreciate the like or any comments down below. If you're someone who's interested in neatening things up, like I said, I suggest watching my video about tags because it is very helpful. And yeah, just basically let me know down below. But just wanted to kind of put this out there. And yeah, that's going to be it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and bye.